Good evening, welcome to North West Tonight with Roger Johnson
and Annabelle Tiffin. Our top story. Ice and snow bring chaos for cars on Lancashire's roads as the wrong kind of hail foils the gritters.
We'll be live from a gritting station as more icy weather is forecast. Also tonight, an organisation linked to the convoy which took Alan Henning to Syria prompts concerns from the Charity Commission.
High-rise, high rollers, why Manchester United and its owners are making big money in the Big Apple.
And bear-baiting, murder and arson, how the secrets of an historic hotel brought this man from the United States all the way to Cheshire. Now, the internet, as I'm sure you know, has enabled thousands of us to research our family trees. A whole industry has grown up around it, but few can boast a story quite as intriguing as Russ Crockett's. He's a man from Utah who came to trace his ancestors in the Cheshire town of Nantwich.
But when Russ flew in this week for a holiday, he was surprised to discover that his family's story involved murder, royalty and a fire that burnt down half the town. Naomi Cornwell can explain more.
Russ and Janet Crockett unpacked their bags expecting to unravel a little more of his family history.
I found that my ancestors had lived in Nantwich and actually owned the hotel back in the 1500s.
But Russ didn't realise just how eventful their story had been.
I found that there was some murder and mayhem and things like that took place.
Russ found out that in 1583, one of his relatives had made a bit of a name for himself.
His name was Robert Crockett, and he was my 13th great-grandfather.
We were bear-baiting at the back of the hotel. There was a pit there, and there was drink taken, much the same as it is on most Friday nights here in Nantwich. And one of the birds escaped, apparently, knocked over some lamps, started a fire. The fire went up, probably very old timber, very quickly, and the town burnt down, and Mr. Crockett was responsible for that.
Oops.
Robert Crockett did help rebuild the hotel and the rest of the town with the help of a donation from Queen Elizabeth I.
The Crocketts were regarded as part of the nouveau riche. They had made their money out of trade. They owned a little bit of property outside the town, and they were looking to increase their property portfolio within the town, which was what led to the demise of Roger.
Yes, family scandal number 2. Roger was another of Russ's 16th century relatives who was murdered in a land dispute.
It makes you feel like you step back in time.
I'm sure we'll come back.
Philip says the hotel's facilities will be available should the Crocketts wish to hire them for any future family reunions. Naomi Cornwell, BBC North West Tonight in Nantwich.
Gosh, bear baiting in Nantwich.
There you go.
How things have changed, thankfully.